Hello and welcome to this, well, kind of extraordinary and uncommon video, uncommon at least for me. I've got a lot of vintage equipment from an old man who has had these things in his studio for nearly 40 years. Now he's seriously ill, he must stay in bed and will stay there for the rest of his life, which, sad enough, doesn't seem to be such a long time span anymore. Okay, well, it was me to get these things because he's convinced that I'll cherish his old equipment and use it, and that way won't allow that he'll be completely forgotten after a while. And hey, he is right. For sure, he is right. I got these things for free. Okay, I paid the transport across Europe. It came from Germany, from far, far in the north of Germany, back down here to the Czech Republic. But that was only well under $300. But I got them under a condition. More about that later in this video. Let me talk about the instruments and the studio equipment now. There are two Ataris. Atari 1040 is ST, and one of them is even equipped with the original Atari hard disk here. Both computers are fully functional and in perfect condition. Original monitors, everything works fine. Even the software works fine. By the way, the software I got with these machines, some word processing software and some others, I have not yet completely looked through the diskettes. But the most important thing, I think, for me and probably even for you, watchers of my music channel, is the software Notator. It's a composing and arranging software, and it's the direct predecessor of Apple's Logic. I'm going to produce at least one, probably more, videos about the Atari and the Notator software later. Let me just introduce the, well, let's say, inherited things today, and then there will be more detailed videos about each of the pieces at a later time on this channel. Well, the two Ataris are not even the oldest pieces in the collection. What I've gained, the oldest piece is here. It's a Yamaha CX5M music computer. It's from 1984. From 1984, I think the Yamahas were the Ataris were from 1986. Okay, so this CX5M music computer is equipped with an FM sound module. It's the SFG 05. There was 01 before with less functionality concerning MIDI, but this is the better one. And this computer was delivered with, was then back in the days delivered with the computer itself and the keyboard. And two programs, software programs. You have to insert them here, these cassettes. Oh, sorry. I'm a little bit nervous because it's really nice. One voicing program to change the sounds. It's FM, and one sequencer program. You have then to insert the cassette as well. This monitor is simple old television, small television. It's not part of the original Yamaha setup. There wasn't any monitor originally delivered with these things. Very interesting kind of working with both with the software for changing the voices as well as with the sequencer. But again, more details about that in a later video. The largest pieces I've got are two Roland XP synthesizers, workstations, more than only a synthesizer. The XP60 and the XP80. The XP80 is, I think, the oldest one. It's from 1996, and perhaps this may be 1998. I will see. I will look it up. Well, these are fully digital machines. They are kind of famous for their high quality PCM sounds. They have 64 voices, polyphony, and there are even extension boards here inside. This one has an expander, and the expander um, in here is an orchestral board with wonderfully natural sounding instruments of a classical orchestra. Um, yes, we have this bank has 245 different of the different orchestral sounds of these. Again, more details later in, well, I can imagine more than only one video about these workstations. They have even slots for us to store things at cassettes. Nice. Well, and then there is this kawaii piece of gear. It's a synth module called the G Amiga. It has 32 voices, and it's from 1993. Um, a lot of these voices sound quite similar to those of the Rolands, to some of the Rolands voices, but they are a little bit, well, let me say clearer or cleaner. They are not sterile, still nice, but cleaner. And I know that they are more easy to handle when you add voices from this module to a quite complex mix, to a mix which is already quite complex. It's not that terribly difficult to mix them, to add them to them. Yes, and I think you can imagine that I'm going to make a video even about this little synth module here. By the way, I used to own one back in the days, one of these. All right, and then there are a Sony double tape deck and a Sony CD player, CD burner, recorder, something like that. I don't know. I have to um, look it up what it really is. I've got all the instructions and all the manuals for these machines as well, and some mixers. One of which here, the bearing, I think I'm going to use, what is it? The MX 802A. I'm going to use as a sub mixer for all this vintage gear in my studio. These two small ones, I don't know whether I will use them at all, but we will see. One from Hammer and the other one, I don't even know, Resident, I don't know the company. All right. Yeah, and cables, 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 more cables, more cables, and cables, 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 cables. And then there is this. It's a collection of compositions. This friend, this man, this composer has written his last cycle, and it's classical music. It's mainly chamber music, but these works really, I can tell you, they are jewels. I myself have studied composing and music theory and things like that in the past, but these ones are really, really great pieces. And as I told you, chamber music, mainly sonata, and one bigger piece, all in all, four, let's say four sub-circles. And well, they are excellent to an amount that I feel now even more indebted to fulfill the condition of this man than I felt when he started talking about endowing his studio and his work to me at the first time. The condition was, take care, he told me, take care that these pieces of music are getting played sometime, and that my wife, his wife, he said, my wife, of course, gets at least a bit of money from them. Well, I have to find a way to do so. Perhaps I'll find a music publisher who would like to print and sell all these scores here inside. I'll handle them very carefully in between. Okay, well, my friends, that's all for now, and enjoy your day and stay tuned. Rolf.